Hi everyone, my name is Bobby Seahorn, and this is Film Art and Introduction, the 4th edition. It's written by David Bordwell and Kristen Thompson. And we're going to be talking today about the social factors in film production. And most oftentimes than not, filmmakers want to do things their way, and they want things to go exactly the way they want them to go, which is good for a lot of us. And sometimes, though, as a filmmaker, we can't do it all, and that's what I'm learning being in film production here in college. And it's a humbling experience, because when I film, I like to do what I want. I don't like people to tell me a lot about what I need to film and how I need to film it, but I'm starting to learn that stuff is essential if I want to learn to be a good filmmaker, because sometimes I can't see things that other people generally see a little bit better than me. So let's go into the paragraph. The first paragraph says, machines don't make movies by themselves. Film production transforms raw materials into a product through the application of machinery and human labor. But human labor may be utilized in different ways, and the opinions and options are affected by economic and social factors. Most films go through 3 general phases of production. The first one is preparation. The idea for the film is developed and usually committed to paper in some form. At this phase, the filmmaker or filmmakers begin to acquire funds to make, publicize, and distribute the film. And that's important, because the organization at first, it has to be precise. You have to know what you're going to do from beginning to end when you write it down. You got to know the beginning, the middle, and the end. You got to know everything. And then you have to know what sounds you want to put with your images and things like that. So it's very, very important to have that stuff already ready to go. And then the shooting, it says at this stage, images and sounds are created on the film strip. More specifically, the filmmaker produces shots and discrete sounds, dialogue, noises, or whatever. A shot is a series of frames produced by the camera in an uninterrupted operation. In shooting, the separate shots are often filmed out of continuity, that is, in the most convenient order for production. They will be assembled in proper order later. So that's number 2, and that's important too, shooting. Like sometimes I watch movies like A Clockwork Orange. I've seen that, and that film to me was really, really, it was good, but there were some parts in it that for me were kind of like, why did they put that there? You know? And I was just like, why did they do that? But other people were like, oh man, that was great. That was so artistic and beautiful. Did you see the way that scene was shot? And I was like, it was okay. But I guess that's the thing about filmmaking, is that you can't please everybody. Some people are going to like your film, and then other people might not like it. And then there might be others that go, well, it was not bad, but it was okay, and they're in the gray area. And so that's when you know you've done your job. Because if you make a film that everybody likes, then you basically just catered to one social class of people. And I don't think that when you do that, I don't think that's actually, giving them your art. And so for me, in my opinion, it's important to give, your art to people and let them, either they like it, don't like it, or it was okay. That's a good sign as a filmmaker. The third part is assembly. And it says, at this stage, which may overlap with the shooting phase, the images and sounds are put together in their final form. And assembly is very important. That's one of the most critical parts of the film production stage, because post-production has to be really, really accurate and precise, especially with, like I was saying, with the music. For me, I love music, so when I put out a shot or something, I look at it and I think about it, and even before I film it, I listen to the music and I go, okay, is this going to go with that? Because it might not go with that. And even when I'm writing sometimes, I even listen to music because that helps me too. It helps give me a, kind of like a vibe. You're when you're sitting there listening to music, you're writing down, you got a vibe going, and I think that vibe, is going to translate over onto the film, and sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't, but it's arbitrary to each individual filmmaker. The rest of the paragraph goes on to say, not every film goes through every step. A home movie might involve very little preparation and might never undergo any final assembly. A compilation documentary might not require the shooting of any new footage, only the assembly of existing clips from libraries and archives. On the whole, though, most films go through these production phases. The organization of production tasks at each phase can vary significantly. It is possible for one person to do everything. And, it's saying that, but it says plan the film, finance it, perform in it, run the camera, record the sound, and put it all together. But for me, I find it more encouraging when I work with other people. I also get a lot of support and constructive criticism that helps mold me as a filmmaker. I think if I was to negate a lot of what someone was telling me about filming, I think that it would take away from my art. And collaborating with other people, you're going to build friendships there with people that you might want to work with again. And when you bond those friendships, they manifest themselves in ways on the production set and with the cast and crew that is just amazing. You're building friendships and a bond of trust with people that, you're probably going to want to work with again, and that's cool. Then it goes on to say the organization of production tasks at each phase can vary significantly. It is possible, like I said, for one person to do everything and plan the film, finance it, perform it, run it, blah, blah, blah. But it says various jobs are assigned to different individuals. Even a single job may be broken down into smaller tasks, which then may be assigned to specialists. So you're working with other people that may be able to do a better job in a different area. Like, say, maybe they're really, really good at editing, and you still were like, well, I want to have a part in that. Well, for me, I'm learning that that's not trusting your editing processes. And like I said, it's arbitrary for each person, but just in my opinion, I find it better to let go and let the editors just do what they want with what I filmed and see how it comes out. And sometimes it comes out really, really good. So that's what I'm learning, is that I have to trust the people that I'm working with. And it goes on to say, in the framework of filmmaking, the principle of division of labor yields different modes or social organizations of film production and different roles for individuals within those modes. The overall preparation, shooting, and assembly stages remain, but they take place within different social contexts. And that's important too, because during the editing, they're doing their job. The audio department is doing their job. And the people that are working on the film, the filmmakers and the cinematographers, they're all working together. And when you get them all together and you put it together and you put something out that's an amazing piece of art and everyone is happy, then that's where the reward comes in. And that's what I've learned. And that's why I appreciate watching the Academy Awards so much. And I appreciate watching the Spirit Awards, the Golden Globes, the Critics' Choice Awards, all those awards, because they all, individuals who work on those films, they name everybody and they thank them on their collaborative efforts. And I think that's just priceless. And so that's what I give you today from this book, Film Art and Introduction, the 4th edition. And I thank you for sitting in with me and enjoying this little time we had together. Have a good day. Thanks.